second.
Okay, so let's now discuss all about couples. So ano ba yung couples? So, hindi ibig sabihin may boyfriend, girlfriend ka, ikaw ay isang couple. Go! Sometimes the resultant of a force system will be 0 in magnitude and yet have a resultant moment sum. The special case in which the resultant has 0 magnitude but does have a moment is said to consist of a couple. So again daw, so basahin natin, sometimes the resultant is 0. But it doesn't mean na wala siyang moment na maproproduce. So kapag ganito daw yung case mo, this is considered as a couple o nagko-consist ng couple. So para mas maunawaan yung sinasabi ko dito, so subukan natin sa isang example. Okay, so for this example, we need to determine the resultant of the beam and analyze the moment at all points. So as shown here in the diagram, meron kang kulang ng marker. Ayan. So meron ka dito na point A, point B, point C, point D, and point E. So you have here parallel forces. So sa B, meron kang 10 pound, C, meron kang 20 pound na pataas, D, 30 pound na pataas, and E, 40 pound na pababa. Okay, so i-analyze muna natin. Again, let's solve for the resultant. Kung saan ang resultant mo will be just equivalent to Ry, or just the summation of all forces in Y direction. So, summation mo lang yan. So, you have here negative 10 since pababa. Followed by, you have 20 since pataas yan. And then plus 30. And then minus 40. So, mapapansin nyo, the value of the resultant will be equivalent to, so negative 10 plus 20, so 10, 40 minus 40, so this is equals to 0 pound. But, sabi nga doon sa couple, sometimes the resultant is equivalent to 0. And, when you take summation at any point, isang value lang ng moment yung mapapalabas natin. So, try natin. So, let's just say we will solve for the value of the moment at point A. So, mag-try ako ng dalawa ha. And then, kayong bahala doon sa natitirang tatlo. So, ang gagawin ko, magmo-moment ako kay point A. So, anong value ng moment na mapapalabas ko dito? So, again, so let's start. Moment ka kay A. Unahin natin sa 10 pound. Anong moment ang maproproduce yan? Clockwise, therefore positive. 10 pound multiplied by the perpendicular distance of 2. And then, 20, since pataas yan, or mapuproduce ng counterclockwise moment, so this 20 is negative 20 multiplied by the distance of, so 2 plus 3, 5. And then minus 30 times the distance of, so 3, 4, 6. And 40 pounds, since pababa yan, that will produce a clockwise moment. So that is a distance of 8. So, sorry. So 40 times 8. So what will be the moment at point A? So pindutin lang natin sa ating mahiwagang calculus. So negative 20 times 5 minus 30 times 6. And nakalimutan ko pala yung ano na. So plus 10 times 2. Nakalimutan ko yung unang term. And then plus 40 times 8. So what will be the answer for that? So the value of your moment is 60 pound-feet. Okay, so this time let's try taking summation ng moment at point B. So when you take summation ng moment at point B, dapat daw pareho lang tayo ng moment na mapapalabas. To say na ito ay under the category of a couple moment o meron siyang couple moment na tinatawag. Okay, so since yung moment natin sa point B, so since concurrent yung 10 pound, hindi na natin siya i-consider. So mag-start tayo kay 20. So again, pag ganun yung ikot niyan, so negative 20 times 3 and then 30, since mag-produce ng counterclockwise moment, 30 multiplied by 4 and then plus 40 pound multiplied by a distance of 6. So what will be the answer for that? So labas lang natin yung calculus. So negative 20 times 3 minus 30 times 4, and then plus 40 times 6. Okay, so 60 pound-feet din. Okay, so ang mangyayari dyan kapag nag-moment ka ay C, check nyo na lang guys, yung moment C, yung summation ng moment at point D, and summation ng moment at point E, should just be equals to moment B and moment A, which is equivalent to 60 pound-feet. So, try nyo lang para at least napapractice din kayo sa pagkuha ng moment. So, dapat pare-pareho lang silang 60 pound-feet. Okay, so let's try with another example. Okay, so next problem natin, basahin natin guys. A system of forces reduces to a downward vertical forces of 400 pound through point A plus a counterclockwise couple of 800 pound-feet. Determine the single force that will produce an equivalent effect. So guys, ang sinasabi lang dito is that sabi at point A meron ka daw na downward vertical force of 400 pound. At the same time, dyan sa point A na yan, meron ka daw clockwise couple o meron kang moment dito. So again, from your module, ang moment is represented by a curve. Ano ba tawag dito? Basta ganyan. Naka-curve line and then lagay natin yung 800 pound-feet. So clockwise siya. So ginawa kong ganyan. Ngayon ang hinahanap dito is determine the single force that will produce an equivalent effect. So dapat maglagay tayo ng parehong papalitan natin itong dalawa, itong 400 pound at itong 800 pound-feet ng isang single force. So ano nga yun? Yun yung pinakauna nating diniscuss, di ba? Merong ang system of force, papalitan mo lang siya ng isang force. Kung saan yung isang force na yun or yung single force na yun, that will be the resultant. So let's just say, so sabihin natin nandito yung resultant niya. So single force R. Okay? So siguro nagkaka-idea na kung paano ma-compute yung R, di ba? So again, paano nga ina-compute ang resultant? Diba R, that is just equal sa square root ng Rx squared plus Ry squared. But by inspection alone, I could say that yung Rx mo is equals to 0. Kasi kung mapapansin mo, ang available lang naman dyan is yung couple moment and yung vertical force downward na 400 pound. Okay, so Rx is equals to 0 and so ano na lang natitira? So yung Ry. Yung Ry pala, inassume ko ng downward din since yung available force mo is 400 pound na downward. Okay? Therefore, hindi ko na isusulat yung equation. R is just equivalent to 400 pound na downward din yung direction. So, let's just say na ito, pinatungan ko lang kasi yung line dito, hindi ko napawi pala. So, I will say na ito is equivalent sa distance x. So, paano natin mahanap yung distance x na yan? Okay, tama. So, kapag nag-moment tayo sa point O, mahanap natin yung value ng x na yan. Kasi nga, the moment of the resultant is equivalent sa moment ng individual forces. But, this time, i-consider natin yung 800 pound-feet na clockwise. Okay? So, by taking summation ng moment at point O, so that will be equals lang sa R, o the resultant, multiplied by the distance x. And then, that R is equals to 400 pounds. So, 400 multiplied by x is equals do sa moment ng mga individual forces. So, unahin natin yung 400. Since nakapag-produce siya ng clockwise moment, so positive 400 times 4. And then, so itong 800 pound-feet mo, i-consider mo rin. So, no need to multiply it by the perpendicular distance since ito is in the units of moment na rin. So, gawin mo na lang since clockwise din yan. So, plus 800. Okay? So, what will be the value of your x? Walang value si x. X na nga eh. Look, dito. So, 400 times 4. So, that is 16. Plus 800. 16 plus 800, 24 divided by 400. So, that will be equals to what? 6 feet away from point O. So, nagkamali pala ako ng lagay. Ano? So, dapat pala yung R natin is located pala dito. So, nagkamali ako ng assume. Okay lang yan. Nag-a-assume ka lang naman kasi. So, hindi naman kasi lagi pag nag-a-assume ka, tama ka. So, baka kaya tayo iniiwan ni X. Look. So, lagay lang natin dito. I-correct lang natin yung location niya. So, patang ko lang ito. Gawin natin blue. So, dito pala si R. Dapat. So itong X na to, ito siya. Yan. To produce the same effect. Okay guys, check lang natin sa libro. Ano ba sagot sa libro? So ang sagot sa kanya is 2. Bakit 2? Hello? Ayun. Counterclockwise pala dito, yung couple na 800 pound-feet. So mali ako na naisulat dito.
No! God, please, no! No!
Ayun, akala ko tama ako. Ako pala yung mali. No. Mali yung libro. Palitan natin ito. That is clockwise. Okay guys, so we arrive at the answer of 6. So this is the correct answer. So kung gusto nyong makuha yung sagot sa libro, ang gawin nyo lang, itong 800 pound-feet, palitan nyo ng paganitong direction. I'm sure makukuha nyo yung tamang sagot sa libro. So ang ginawa ko na lang, ginawa ko siyang clockwise para tama itong sagot natin. Okay, so let's proceed with the next problem or next topic. Okay, so next topic natin under the same module or same chapter, Resultant of Force System, is all about resolution of a force into a force and a couple. So basahin natin yung description. It is sometimes become necessary to replace a force acting at a given point by an equal force acting through some other point. So this introduces a couple. So yun nga, from the description alone, dun sa na-agree, it is sometimes necessary to replace a force acting at a given point by an equal force acting through some other point. So para mas maunawaan, ito yung example. So medyo mahirap siya explain, but mas maunawaan nyo if we solve this next problem. Okay, so basahin natin yung problem. So we have a 3-step pulley shown in the figure below, which is subjected to the given couples. So ayan, given yung mga forces mo, and on each pulley. So compute the value of the resultant couple. So ano yung value ng couple na maproproduce ng mga forces sa bawat pulley. So also determine the forces acting at the rim of the middle pulley, dito sa gitna, that are required to balance the given system. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to determine the resultant couple. Ano yung makukuha mong couple sa kabuuan ng lahat ng mga forces na binigay dito. So, paano ba nasabi sa problem na siya ay under a couple? So, if you're going to consider the summation of all forces vertical or horizontal, kung mapapansin nyo guys, dito kasi meron kang 40 pound which is going to the left, and then sa baba meron kang 40 pound which is going to the right. Kung isasama mo sila, the value will be equals to 0, which satisfy do sa condition na binasa natin kanina under the couple. Okay, so try din natin sa isa. So meron ka ditong 30 pound acting upward and downward. So pag ipag-add mo lang yung dalawa, o take the sum of that, that is also equals to 0. And you have here a 60 pound acting in this direction. Kung mapapansin nyo, parallel lang naman sila. Therefore, it is also equals to 0. So the first condition is satisfied. Okay, so ang mangyayari lang, so doon sa inner pulley, doon sa innermost pulley, the diameter of the pulley is equivalent to 8 feet. Next, yung middle pulley, given ang kanyang diameter na 12 feet, and yung kanyang outside pulley, o yung outermost pulley, that is equals to 16 feet. So, i-compute natin kung anong couple yung ma-produce nitong mga forces na to. Okay, so gamitin natin ng marker dito. So, let's just say that assuming that all clockwise moment, so that will be the resultant couple. Okay, so C sub R. So unahin natin, anong na-produce sa moment nitong C 40 pound? So ang ikot niyan dalawa is papuntang counterclockwise, therefore minus. Since dalawa yan, so 2 times 40 and then multiply by the distance. So ano yung distance na to? Again, take the perpendicular distance. Ayan. So ano yung distance na yan? Okay, so that is equals to 8. Bakit 8? Kung mapapansin nyo kanina, di ba sabi ko itong diameter nga ng outer pulley is 16 feet. So, since sa gitna naman yung reference mo, yan yung point O, sabihin ko na lang moment at point O, so sa gitna ng mga pulleys. So, dyan mo makukuha yung resultant couple or denoted by C sub R. So, kalahati lang nung diameter or just take the radius which is equivalent to 8. And then next, we have yung middle pulley. So, meron kang 30 pound acting at this direction. So, ito is makakaproduce ng clockwise moment. So, plus 30. So, since dalawa yan, times 2. And then multiply by the distance. Ano nga yung diameter ng middle pulley? So, 12. Or that is equals to 6. And then last will be the smallest pulley. So, siya ay makapag-produce ng counterclockwise. So, minus ulit. Sulit ko lang dito sa baba, parang hindi na siya doon. So, minus 60 multiply by 2, since dalawa yan. And then, the radius, so 8 yun. So, this is equals to 4. So, what will be the resultant couple dyan? So, let's just take the calculators. Pindutin natin. So, negative 2 times 40 times 8 plus 30 times 2 times 6 and then minus 60 times 2 times 4. So, the answer is negative 760 pound-feet. Or if you like, pwede mo siyang isulat as positive 760 pound-feet. Kaso, i-consider natin siyang counterclockwise. Okay? Okay, next. So, ang sunod na tinanong is determine the forces acting at the rim of the middle pulley that are required to balance the given system. So, ang gagawin natin, kailangan natin siyang i-balance. Again, ang na-produce niyang moment nito mga forces na to is 760 pound counterclockwise. So, ang gagawin natin, so kung since counterclockwise yan, kailangan natin siyang ma-replace ng single force kung saan mababalanse yung system niya. So, this time, ang mangyayari, dapat siya ay maging clockwise lang, no? Considering the same value of the moment. So, again, I need to take summation ng moment doon sa gitna ng pulley. So, again, ito i-denote ko na lang as point O, yung pinakagitna. So, equals siya. So, ito nga, counterclockwise. So, ang kailangan ko mangyari is 760 pound-feet. Clockwise na ngayon. Or tama na siya ay positive. Ayan, oh. Clockwise rin naman. Kasi nga, ang kailangan mangyari is to balance the given system. Or mag-zero dapat siya. So, diyan ay equals lang sa... So, ano dapat yung direction ng ating force dito sa gitna? So, paltan ko lang to. So, ito mapapaltan dapat ng... Oh, tama pala. Ganito rin yung direction, no? So, mangyayari, ito na lang yung matitira na ano. Ang kailangan nating hanapin is itong force na to. So, pangalanan natin siya as force F. And the remaining forces, itong 40 pound, mawawala na siya. Itong 30 pound, tanggal din. Itong 60 pound sa pinakaloob, mawawala. So, mapapalitan lang siya ng isang force. Okay? So, ito na lang. Yung tatlo, mapapalitan lang nito. Okay? So, balik tayo dito. So, we have, so ano nga yung diameter ng middle pulley? So, that is 6. So, ikunin muna natin si F. So, since dalawa yan, times 2. And then yung radius ng gitna, so that is 12 over 2 or 6. Okay, so, that force, that single force, in order to balance the system, so 760 divided by 12. Kalkin natin yan. Magkamali pa. 760 divided by 12. So, hindi naman pala siya. So, that is 63.3 feet. Okay, so that's the answer. Sorry. 63.3 feet is found. Okay. Okay, so let's proceed with the next problem. Okay, guys, so let's proceed with the last topic for this chapter, which is all about the resultant of non-concurrent force systems. So, basahin natin, guys. So, the effect of an unbalanced non-concurrent force system on a body is to give the body a motion consisting of a combined translation and rotation. It is necessary to remember that a resultant of a force system is defined as a force which produces the same effect as the original set of forces. So, ito lang din yung sinabi natin sa mga previous discussion. The component of the resultant must therefore equal the component effects of the given force system. So, parang ganito lang din, ano. So, nangyari lang, this is a non-concurrent force system. Okay, so when we say non-concurrent, hindi sila nag-meet at a common point. Hindi sila mag-meet at a common point. Okay, so para mas maunawaan yung ibig ko sabihin dito, let's try to solve a problem. So, medyo ano na to makinig na, and this is the hardest topic. Pero madali lang naman siya kung uunawain. Okay, so basahin natin yung problem. So, the whole roof truss shown carries the given loads. The wind loads are perpendicular to the inclined members. So, ito yung ating mga wind load. So, perpendicular siya dito. So, when we say perpendicular, it will have a 90 degrees or it will produce a 90 degrees with respect to sa inclined surface. So, determine the magnitude of the resultant its inclination with the horizontal and where it will intersect AB. So again, itong mga force na to, i-represent natin siya as a single force. So, before that, analyze muna natin. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, we need to find this inclination theta. Or for this problem, ang gamitin na lang natin is yung kanyang slope. Kasi, kung mapapansin nyo, mahanap natin kasi yung slope mo. Ano? Kasi given naman yung mga dimension niya. So, ang isang span daw is 10 feet. And then the total height of the roof truss is 10 feet. So, since ito is divisible by 10, I can say na ito ay 1, 2, square root of 5. And if you're going to analyze this, ito kasi, yung angle na ma-form nung iyong forces, yung mga wind load mo, with respect do sa y-axis, ito kasi is theta. Ano? Okay? So with that, mahanap natin itong kanyang y component ng mga force and x component. So, di ba ito? Ito is equals lang din sa theta. So guys, medyo maano kayo dito, malilito kayo kung hindi kayo familiar dun sa mga pagkuha ng mga angle theta or kapag may mga naka-incline na surface na. Ano, so practice lang makukuha nyo rin to. Ano? So again, since ito yung naka-incline, meron dalawang component ulit ito, yung 1120 at saka itong 2240. So makakompute natin siya. Again, ito merong y component. Kasi kakailanganin natin yan para makompute yung kanyang resultant. Okay? So, how can we get that value? So, 1120, ito is theta. So, 1, 2. Okay, so, etong pababa nito, itong y component, ito, this is 2240 multiplied by 2 over square root of 5. So, nakita kung bakit ganoon. Again, ito yung theta natin. This is the theta. So, 2240 times 2 over square root ng 5 para dito sa y component. And para dito sa x, so that will be 2240 multiplied by 1 over square root of 5. The same thing applies para do sa 1120. So, i-multiply mo lang ng slope. So, itong y component mo, so that is just equals to 1120 times 2 over square root of 5. And para do sa x component niya, so that is just equals to 1120 times 1 over square root of 5. Okay? So, wag malilito ha. Tingnan nyo lang mabuti yung figure or try to review your, saan bang tabi ito? Trigo? Geometry? I don't know. Pero, ito is na take nyo na, sure ako. It's a matter of review and practice. Makikita nyo rin yung mga nakikita ko ngayon. Okay, so balik tayo dito. So again, ano nga yung formula natin or the equation, working equation to get the resultant? Again, r, ang walang kamatayang r is equals to, Pythagorean lang, rx squared plus ry squared. But we all know that yung rx mo, that is just equals to the summation ng all forces x, assuming that all to the right forces is positive, and ry, that is just equals to the summation of all forces y, which we will assume that all upward forces are positive. So, ano gusto nyo unahin natin? Okay, so whatever it is, ma-compute naman natin yan. Okay, so let's just solve first for the Rx or all summation ng X forces. So, yung unahin natin yung 1120 ha. Since dalawa yan, multiply na natin ng dalawa. So, times 1120 and then times, ano nga yung horizontal? So, 1 over square root of 5. So, we're done with that. And then yung 2240, inuna muna natin yung wind load ha, yung perpendicular do sa inclined surface. 2240, so times 1 over square root of 5. Aside from that, meron pa ba tayong ibang force? Okay, so huwag kakalimutan to ha, meron tayo dito na 2,000 pound. That is also positive. So plus 2,000 pound. Okay, so what is the value of Rx? So buksan natin yung ating calculator. So 2 times 1120 divided by square root of 5, and then plus 2240 divided by square root of 5, and then plus 2000. Okay, so this is 4003.5169 pound. So itabi ko to sa value ng A. So gagamitin na natin ng store siya ha, para nasasanay din tayo mag-store. So ship to store A. So yung value ng Rx mo is naka A. Next will be for Ry. So Ry mo, so that is just summation of all forces y. So assuming upward as positive, so lahat sila pababa, tama? So magiging minus. So minus 2. So So, unahin ulit natin yung 1120 since dalawa yan, kaya 2. So, 1120 multiply by 2 square root of 5 to get the y component. And then minus yung 2 to 40. So, kaya minus kasi pababa din times 2 over square root of 5. And then other vertical force, itong 3,000, 2,000, 1,000. So, since pababa yan, so i-add na lang natin. So, 3 plus 2 plus 1, so 6. So, minus 6,000 pounds. Okay, so what will be the value of your RY? So, pindutin lang ulit natin sa ating calcu. So, 2 times 1120 times 2 divided by square root of 5. Hindi ko na lang muna input yung negative ba. So, ginawa ko na lang silang positive and then siya ako gawin na negative. Plus 2240 times 2 divided by square root of 5. So, plus 6,000. So, yung sum niya, so that is 1007. So, negative 10,007. 0.0338. 0338 pound. So, this will be at letter B. So, itago ko lang ulit siya. Ship, store, bed. So, ito is negative, or I could say that that is equals to RY. Sorry, hindi na pala kasya doon. Ito ko na lang sulat. Taas ko ng konti. So, RY, or equals to 10,007.0338 pound downward. Okay? Para inalis ko lang yung negative. Okay, so since we have now the value of Rx and Ry, I believe we can now solve for the total resultant. So again, by parang Pythagorean theorem lang, square root ng Rx squared plus Ry squared. So mas madali na natin mapipindot, no? Hindi na natin pipindutin isa't isa. Kasi tinago nga natin yung mga value niya sa A, squared mo lang yung A, plus B squared. So the value of R is 10,778.1665. Okay, so meron na tayong value ng R. Biyaheng mabini yun. Okay, so ano na lang kulang? So yung kanyang location. Alright, so para sa location, so diba ang moment natin, sabi, ang moment ng resultant is equals lang sa moment ng individual forces. Okay? So ang gawin natin, since itong mga wind load na to, sabi nga, perpendicular siya dun sa ating inclined surface. So no need to compute for yung kanyang x and y component. So ito take advantage natin yung pagiging perpendicular niya sa surface. So burahin ko lang to guys, para hindi at least masyado makalat yung ano natin, para mas makita nyo lang din. Ano? So again, sabi siya ay perpendicular. So ito, this will form a 90 degrees. Okay? 90 degrees yan. Kaso ang kailangan nating mahanap guys is yung value nito. So ano ba yung length na to? Kasi kakailanganin natin yan sa pagko-compute ng moment. Kasi yan na yung distance di ba? Force times the perpendicular distance. So knowing that this is 10 and this is 5, so mako-compute natin yung x using Pythagorean theorem, or yung x mo will be just equals to square root of 5 squared plus 10 squared. Or that will be equals to, so that is square root of 5 squared plus 10, sorry, okay, so 10 squared. So that is equals to 5 square root of 5. Okay, so let's start. So again, moment tayo, dito na lang sa point A, para at least yung 1120 magiging concurrent siya. Hindi na natin i-consider itong force na to kasi tatama siya mismo sa A. So plus, assuming clockwise direction as positive, moment at A will be equals to so 2240, so 2240 multiplied by the distance x, or 5 square root of 5, and then plus yung 1120, yung isang 1120 multiply by this total distance. So multiply mo lang to ng 2, or magiging 10 square root of 5. Gets? Okay. So next, itong 2,000. So 2,000 pound, again, makakapag-produce siya ng clockwise moment. But we need to know this distance. So So, ano yung distance na yan? So, pangalanan na natin h. So, by observation alone, so, since ito ay 10, therefore ito, so this is equals to 5. Tama. So, 5 na lang yan. Okay? Tanggalin ko na. Okay, so wag malilituhan. Nag-ano lang tayo. By inspection alone. Hindi pala kita sa taas yung 120. Tama. So, lipat ko lang. Ito yung problema ko dito. Ibaba ko na yung part na yan, ha. So, plus 1120 multiplied by 10 square root of 5. Medyo mahaba yung equation natin, ha. And then, plus yung 2,000 multiplied by the distance of 5. And then, let's proceed with 3,000. So, again, makapag-produce siya ng clockwise moment and the perpendicular distance is this distance 10. So, plus 3,000 times 10. And then, plus, yung katabing force niya, itong 2,000. Plus 2,000 multiplied by the distance na 20. So, 10 plus 10. And then, 1,000. So, plus 1,000 multiplied by the distance of 30. So, what will be the moment at point A? So, ba't pala natin hinanap yung moment at A? Kasi this time, hahanapin natin or ilolocate natin kung saan mag-i-intersect yung resultant at point B. Kasi by analyzing alone, I could say na yung kanyang direction ng resultant is pa ganito. Palitan natin kulay. Pa ganito. Ayan. Yan yung resultant. Base doon sa mga value ng Rx tsaka Ry. Kaso ang problema, hindi natin alam kung saan dyan banda nakalagay yung resultant. So, para malaman yan, kinuha muna natin yung moment. Kasi nga, yung moment ng bawat isang force na to is equals lang dapat sa moment nitong single force resultant. Kung saan, di ba yung, since naka-incline siyang ganyan, meron siyang component eh. Tama? So, meron siyang Ry and Rx. So, siguro nagkaka-idea na kung paano makakompute, no? From where yung Rx mo, this is equals to what? So, equals na sa 0 yan. Sorry. Ang magiging value ng moment yan, itong Rx na to, will be equals to 0. So, hindi na natin siya gagamitin. Bakit 0? Kasi, kung mapapansin nyo, concurrent siya dito sa point A eh. Wala siyang perpendicular distance. So, ang kailangan natin is yung Ry, at the same time, yung location niya dito sa AB. Ito yung AB mo eh. Ito si point B oh. So, ang kailangan natin hanapin is yung location ng resultant. Which is, I would say, na equals sa x bar. Okay? So, that's why kaya natin hinanap yung moment at point A. Pindutin lang natin. So, we have 2240 times 5 square root of 5 plus 1120 times 10 sorry, wala akong COVID ah. Kumain na akong mani. Mahilig kasi ako sa mani. 2,000 times 5 plus 3,000 times 10 plus 2,000 times 20 plus 1,000 times 30. That is 160. Sorry. So that is 160 087.9227. Okay, so this is in pound. So this is in pound feet. Okay, so again, that moment A is equals lang dun sa ating Ry, which has a value of 10,007.038 multiplied by x bar. So the location of the resultant from where it will intersect AB is given by x bar. So itong 160,087, i-divide mo lang siya ng answer natin na 10,007. Or if you're going to press the calculus, so divided by lang. Nga natin tinago yung Ry sa B. So alpha B. Or 15.9975. 15.9975. Okay, so this is the final answer. So for the resultant, we have this value 10,778, and for the x bar, so that is 15.9975. So let's check it on the book if tama ba siya. So I think tama naman kasi familiar pa yung sagot. So I think tangguhan naman natin. 267. Okay, so 16. Sakto dito. So, siguro nagkaroon ng konting discrepancy because of rounding off. But then again, that is the correct answer. Okay? So that ends our discussion for this chapter, Resultant of 4 System. Okay guys, so don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button and ring the notification bell button to receive regular updates for the new uploaded videos. And if you have some comments and requests or suggestions, please write it on the comment section below. So, sana may natutuhan kayo dito. And yun lang. Peace out. Thank you for watching.